Hello. Hey, Debbie Hollidge. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the first ever episode of On the Night Shift. Ooh, on the night shift. I know you're looking proud.
I know you're looking proud.
Oh, Hi, I'm Blatt in New York City. It's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be alright. On the night shift. Ooh, on the night. Didn't Lionel Richie used to sing with the Commodores? I used to love all that music. I used to love hip hop. I used to love dance. Kiki is a right old raver, you know. I was picking her up back from the park. She went to see her friends, and she was listening to 808 State by Pacific State by 808 State. Is that
She's so beyond her years, that child. Where's the sweet
Pacific
vodka?
State by 808 State? Yeah. And she was listening to Bonobo, and she was listening to Fortet, and she said, "Dad, I really like electronic music," which was my favourite music. But Nadia likes music with lyrics.
So, I don't always like music.
No, I know, but it's a hard sell to you to have a bit of music that goes beep, beep.
No, if I like the music, I like. Maddie played me loads today with that lyrics, and I loved it.
I used to be a right old raver. Hope everyone's okay. Hey all, glad Annie Brown.
Hang on, can you pause for breath for 2 seconds?
Pause.
Yeah. Where are the sweet?
Well, Nads, you're the one who had them over here. From where? Cat! She caught them with her cleavage. That was remarkable. I love different tastes in music. So do I. I mean, I was just huge. I want to get my vinyl out with the girls because what they realise, Maddie is into drum and bass at the moment, and I had loads of drum and bass, and I've got loads in the vinyl. And kids these days, I was playing some music the other day, and she was like, "Oh, this is so cool!" So she put on her Shazam to try and identify it, and of course, it couldn't identify it because none of this stuff is available. Green Figured Hell is coming. It's all locked and loaded. For me, Green Figured Hell is a bit of a weekend show, so they're going to be dropping over the weekend. You've got a treat of a vlog landing later tonight. Yeah, I've been working away behind the scenes, getting another one out. And guess what it is tonight in the vlog?
What?
Five Guys.
Oh my God. It was such a success.
It was a great night. It was a great night. And you've got that landing any minute now. I'm looking at the uploading and it's saying 29 minutes left to upload. So about 11 o'clock it should be there. Hello, Janice Muir in Glasgow. Dat Cat, I've handed in my uni assignment, just finished my first year. Congratulations. What an odd time to be at university too. Very difficult. Are you going back in the autumn? We've got... Did you just do what? You didn't even know you did it.
Darling, I didn't do anything.
Can you look back at the footage there?
On my children's life, I literally sat on the chair, I didn't do anything. Mark, stop it. Annoying.
Let's find the videos. Right, I've got an ex-colleague of yours in the news flow tonight, Linda Lusardi. I'm going to be talking about. You were friends with her, weren't you? Or you used to work with her.
Not a lot, but I really like her.
Sorry, I'm trying to find where you all are.
She's a good woman.
She's a good woman.
And so is her husband. A really nice, a lovely family, actually. Her children are gorgeous too.
Someone just said something about unheard YouTube possible. Up to 80% of people unaffected by COVID. Melissa Murnane, really. So we've got a couple of topics here.
Jesus Christ, you know what? It's just one day, it's one
Welcome,
day.
Chloe Meacham, to the as a family guest. We welcome you. We hope you have a treat. Go to the Members Lives playlist. See all our lives. Somewhere in there, I do one naked. I know that can be off-putting for some, but you never know. And we also did, and if you go to the Sunday Show playlist, you've got 21 episodes to watch. 21 episodes.
21. Isn't it 22 now?
22 coming this weekend, 22nd. Someone just said...
Can't find the vitamin D anywhere.
Someone just said, Terry Donnelly. Hello, I'm new. Obviously,
Hello, Terry Donnelly.
listen to this. Obviously, I have watched and loved Nadia. What's lovely about that paragraph, Terry, is you've said, obviously, I've watched and loved Nadia. It's a given. That's a lovely thing to say for years. But had no ideas you guys had a YouTube channel. Have been binge watching for 24 hours.
Yay!
Love you. I do apologise. We're a bit loud. We're a bit chaotic. We're a bit rude. So I do apologise. We sometimes misjudge it, but we like to keep in the bits that we misjudge because that's human, isn't it?
Why are you sounding like you're apologising for yourself?
Because I apologise for myself all the time. I walk into a room and I apologise. I'm so sorry. So I do that thing where
Where have you put the vitamin D?
What the bloody hell are you? I'm trying to talk to everyone and you just keep asking bloody questions.
I know, but just because we're
Sorry,
gonna
Terry
take
Donnelly.
it again. Where have you put it?
I didn't touch it.
Oh, Mark.
A friend of ours, Jordan, posted an image on his Insta story that was quite shocking to me, actually. And it showed, I mean, I'm not suggesting for a minute that Trump is necessarily a Hitler sympathiser, but he was holding the Bible exactly like Hitler.
Well, it's the way he holds it up. He's held it upside down.
Yeah, but he was holding it in exactly the same. It was quite an interesting contrast.
What a nutter.
Christina Devotee, if I'm funny for you,
That's just what I want to be.
if you think, yeah, it's a very mad-capped vlog landing later. But here's the thing. So, what do you think, Miss Sawalha? You've got a lot of love out there tonight, babe. A lot of love. Can I give you a kiss from all of your subs?
No.
On the forehead? Could I give you a kiss?
No, because you're doing that thing of being that guy of Gogglebox again. It's really annoying.
He doesn't kiss Natty at
No,
all.
but you keep going like that and talking like that.
That's Bruce Forsyth. What do you think of face coverings being
Thank you,
mandatory on
Abigail.
public
Abigail's been watching us for a couple of months now and she loves our channel.
Oh,
well,
that's good.
welcome, Abigail.
Oh, I'm pleased.
Oh, and she got engaged today. Yay!
And you got engaged. Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations, honey.
So what do you think about face coverings being mandatory? I said to Kiki today, I said, as soon as you get on a bus now, you're going to have to wear some kind of face covering.
Do you know what I think?
Why from June the 15th?
Do you know what I think? I think, what the hell is this government playing at?
Good question.
Everyone wanted face coverings months ago and
Yes.
they dillied and dallied and
Yeah.
told us that they were dangerous,
Yeah.
that they could increase infection rate because people won't use masks properly.
Yeah.
And we wanted a lockdown. They told us
Yeah,
they didn't want to do
everything
a
we knew we
lockdown.
wanted way ahead, they said
And
no.
then chaotically, they suddenly make it law.
Ah.
You know, they can't increase rapists' bloody sentences. They can't pass laws for things like that with any speed whatsoever. And yet they've made it law that two people from a different household can't have sex. I think that's just too much now. We're saying young people can have no life whatsoever and they can't have sex. And then, out of the blue, they say, now everyone's got to we made it law that you've got to cover your face and you'll be fined if you don't. Now, the problem with it is, I've just been watching the news there. One person after another that they've asked how they feel about it. Oh, I feel really good now because it means we can go out and we can get back to our normal
Sorry, I
lives.
was just shot by Stig Abel's haircut.
All
Sorry.
the scientists I've seen talking today have
Yeah.
said the complete opposite.
Well, this is
These
what-
are sage scientists. These aren't conspiracy theorists. And they are saying things like they are not following the science by doing this. This is because they want to get
about
business
optics.
back. It's about optics. They
about
want
how
to
it
get
looks.
more people on the tube and it gives a false sense of security to
Right.
people. Because the very reason they said no to mask at the beginning is the same reason they should be
Yeah.
saying no to mask now. Because it is, and the last one was just saying there, he said, now people all can have their own interpretation of a mask.
Right.
And he said, just like we've heard for the last 3 months, if you put any old thing on, like I've got my nice little mask here,
Yeah, Chris Whitty didn't
I
want to go
fold
down
it
a level
over,
either, you know.
I fold it over, I put it down,
That's
I
gonna
pull it
fall
up,
off. That's going to fall off.
right? I walk into
The
the
tube.
tube. Somebody sneezed.
I
I
offer,
walk
hang
through
on, I
it.
offer you a chair.
I walk
Achoo!
through it. Lands on here.
Well, no, because
right?
they'll have a mask on too.
Not all of it. I've watched it. Only stopped
Comes
some
out
of
the
it
top
coming out.
and out the
But
bottom.
what if you're with right? So then you've got it on your hand. Then you take it off with your hands. Take it off. It's on your hands now. Take it off. Shove it in your bag.
Right.
Get home. Put it on the side. Because every time you take a mask off, if it's fabric, if it's disposable, it has to be thrown away. You're not allowed to put it back on.
Yeah.
And this, you're supposed to put in a sealed plastic bag, take it home and wash it in 60
That's what I heard.
degrees.
Yeah.
So are people going to go out with 5 or 6 different masks? Put it in a sealed
Jenny Matthews
bag.
is saying the same thing. People don't know how to use their masks. It's so true.
People are walking around outside. It's hot. So they go like this. Take
Yeah,
it off.
yeah.
Put it across their mouth. So
Yeah.
they're putting the virus back in.
Yeah, virus in their
It's-
mouth. Well, to be
a
honest with you,
joke.
and my mum, Nanny Di, if you're new to the channel, my mum, who we call Nanny Di, she walks around with her gloves, which is very good, and a mask. But what she does end up doing is putting those gloves all over her face,
Just
all over
like
the
they're her
mask.
hands.
Just like they're her hands. So it's the false sense of security. People are saying that I understand. Obviously, I knew that June the 15th because shops are opening. But if it's a medical necessity, why is it only appropriate at the point that shops are opening?
Well, I have seen
Why
three
hasn't this
separate
been-
scientists on 3 different news channels today saying this is a made-up thing. This has not been offered. And interestingly, they're not saying we're following the science this time
No.
because the scientists haven't said it.
Is this so they
It's a
can reduce the
political-
2-metre thing?
I think they need to get a lot of people onto London Transport. And I think the Tube is the most dangerous place. But what freaks me out
Christine
is one
Devotti,
of
it is
the
all bollocks.
scientists, who's a very, very measured chap. We've been seeing him all the way through. Do you know what he said? He said it couldn't increase the R rate because of the bad use of them. So if there's anyone on here who is a medical person or an immunologist,
Lots of good
what
comments.
do you think?
Lots and lots of good comments. I'm just going to read a few, if that's okay. Joe Blogs. The reason that the laws are there for people sleeping is because people who sleep around can spread the disease quadruple times faster.
Yeah.
Sleeping around. What do you think of that? Do you think that's?
Well, this is why I've always wanted masks, and this is why I was happy about masks. But having listened
Yeah.
to the scientists today, it's not as simple as that.
No.
Because it's all about how we use the mask. I mean, you should have a disposable mask.
Yeah.
that you
Well,
can
and
chuck
apparently,
away.
you have to. They're almost useless after 20 minutes. The actual in.
No, but that's only in hospital because there's a very heavy load of the virus.
Yeah, but if you're on an underground, you don't know how heavy the load's going to
well,
be.
not if everyone's wearing a mask because it's going to be
Yeah, but
weakened.
most people, OSC, I suppose, but aren't even the people in the beds in hospital?
No, they haven't got masks on.
It is a clusterfuck. Sorry to use that expression, but it's a great one.
As usual, I'm confused. Do I feel safer with a mask, or do I follow what 3 scientists I've heard say? I don't know.
But what I'm getting annoyed about is that decisions on. Do you remember? To be fair, I did say this really early on. Did I not say that the government are simply making the decisions they think look right and run right with getting people out and doing stuff rather than following the science? All this following the science malarkey.
Seems to be when it suits them.
Chris Whitty
Somebody
hasn't
just
even
said-
reduced the level. Chris
I
Whitty
know.
is not willing to go to
And
number
they're
3
not coming
on
on
the
the-
peri-peri chart in Nando's. Have you noticed that?
Apparently, they're not even coming out for the briefings now. What do you think, guys?
So no show.
See,
from
somebody
Chris
just
Whitty.
said there you can wear a mask for 8 hours. But can you wear a mask for 8 hours doing this? Well, I'm just going to have it hanging around my neck. Then I'm going to put it back up. Is there a medical person here that knows how to use PPE?
It's all a bit too little too late for Ben Ryan,
people are throwing
trying to make up for lost time. Completely agree with
Yeah.
you both. It's like the quarantine rules, for fuck's sake. Brilliant because the UK is so popular. No one wants us going to their country apart from Portugal.
Why didn't we have the quarantine rules when the virus was raging everywhere else and we didn't have it here? I get more and more confused with everything they tell us. It doesn't ring true. And my problem is I just don't trust the government anymore.
Yeah. No, I don't.
I don't trust them. I don't trust them since Cummings. I have all the sympathy in the world for them at the beginning because they didn't know what was going on. Nobody did.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like they've stood up now on their own to having been smashed by the shock
Yeah.
of it all and are standing firm with a proper
They're
plan.
useless. They're fucking useless. Karen Reynolds, my sister is a nurse, lives in New Zealand, confirmed the fact that if you wear gloves and masks, you don't wash your hands as much as you think. Your hands are clean. This was a study. Yeah, I agree. I think it. Oh, Keith Lemon uploaded a video apologising for his caricatures of Craig David.
Oh, did he?
Oh, that's
Yeah, it really
interesting.
broke
It did, didn't it?
Craig David's heart, didn't it? Claire Ross Reed, you're trained in medical PPE. What do you think then about the mask? Do you think we are able... Yes, disposable masks only work for 20 minutes due to the breath making the mask damp. So not effective, Laura May says.
James Flanagan was at the dentist today, shocked to be in a waiting area with 5 others. My appointment was just to check up. I was nervous. I can understand that. I think being in any group setting is
I'll be very
is
nervous
worrying.
in a group.
They do care about money more than lives. I mean, there's a balance to be had as well.
I mean, we
There
do
is-
need to care
we
about
do
money
need-
because
yeah.
we need to care about jobs and we need to get the economy going so that people can work and earn money. And it is a very difficult balance. But tell us that. don't pretend that it's for any other reason.
We really need antibody tests.
We do.
We
But the
really
problem
do.
is they say that they're non-reliable, so.
Can I just read you something that an ex-colleague of, you might have seen in our earlier, what we called the morning thing?
Coffee moaning.
Coffee moaning. Linda Lusardi, an ex-Loose woman and former colleague of Nadia's, Linda Lusardi has herself, like the MI6, former MI6 agent,
She had a
has
COVID
questioned
very
whether
badly.
has also likewise believes it's man-made. Do you want to hear some of her symptoms?
She feels like she died. No,
No, because it suggests it could have been man-made.
I've read them, but people might not want to.
One of her symptoms was experiencing blue vomit. Blue vomit, what the hell is that? She believes that the way her body felt, it didn't feel like, she said, whether it's man-made, it doesn't feel like anything I've ever experienced before. To be vomiting up blue stuff doesn't seem normal to me. I mean, it does seem like a curiously odd thing that it's just
Well,
I mean,
there
in
are
some
people
regards,
that
it feels
say
like it's
it's a
fizzling out
poisoning.
easily. I didn't realise blue vomit was one of the symptoms. Anyway, do check out the MI6 guy. It's in the Telegraph today. A guy who genuinely believes that in the lab in China, it wasn't done as a malicious. They weren't doing it to take over the world, but there was an accident happened in a lab where he believes they did tamper with the RNA makeup of the virus. Oh yeah, look, Keith Lemon issues heartfelt apology for his TV show, Bo Selector.
Wow.
Oh, in wake of the Black
God.
Lives Matter protests. Admitting he's been reflecting on his previous work,
Oh,
he's
bless
apologised
him.
for any offence caused.
Oh, he's a lovely guy, Keith.
He is, yeah. I did a show.
I didn't
think
realise how
about it.
offensive it was. This is the kind of stuff that we need, isn't it, for us all
Yeah.
to think about where we've been wrong.
I guess we're all on a learning journey. I never meant any offence.
I've had some deep thoughts about where I may have been wrong in my life, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I think Maddie's, our daughter's comment on her Instagram feed, which is an
Mm.
incredibly apt one. And in fact, it's the subject in the short film that I'm making with Oscar, which is about seeing colour
Need to
or
get
not
that
seeing colour.
finished.
Seeing colour or not seeing colour, and seeing difference or not seeing difference. And I do think often in children, there's a wonderful clip, I think Ashley Gardner posted it, of a black boy and a white boy just running at each
Yeah,
other and hugging.
beautiful. I love that. I've seen that. I
Yeah.
saw that clip earlier in the year. It's such
And I
a
think there's
beautiful
something,
fact.
and again, this film that I'm doing is about a young white boy who doesn't see that this older boy he wants to belong in a gang with is black, and that the definition
Children
of this,
don't see it.
yeah, and the older black boy's gang is about black boys hanging out together, and this young white boy doesn't see that, and this older black kid just doesn't really get it. It's really lifted from my childhood because I was one of only one of few white children in amongst a group of black friends, and I never saw the difference until one day they had to draw my attention to it. And it's
Yeah,
it's,
because I remember that when the kids were little and they'd be
Yeah.
describing somebody in their class at school, and you go,
Yeah.
which one? And they go, oh, you know the one that's funny, the one that's
Yeah.
this, the one. And it was, I remember very particularly with Maddie, and I couldn't work out who the girl was. Anyway, it turned out it was her friend that was in the class, who was a little black girl, and she had never said because she didn't see her colour.
no.
She didn't say, oh, you know, the one with the black skin or the brown skin. She didn't say it.
Yeah.
I found
But isn't
that
it
so
weird?
lovely.
In the writing of the script of the short film, I got as an adult hooked on a worry that there was a sort of form of not racism, but because I was even talking about difference, because
Yeah.
the black boy in the film.
I think we've got to be less afraid of offending.
Yeah,
I think
but
we've
also-
got to have the risk of just asking something, asking questions.
Yeah.
I I know that a lot of. Have you noticed in America if you hear the news, they say black and brown people. We
Yeah.
never say that here,
No,
do we?
no, it's
and it
weird.
made me think: should we say that?
Well, someone just also just said then
Hi,
we
Lee.
are Caucasian and Nubian. So there are many different phrases
Yeah.
and ways of
I'd like to
describing
know
difference.
what's the right way to say
And of
it.
course, the balance here, which is a really tricky one. Here's one of my reasons I was against Brexit. One of the reasons I was against the European Union, actually, but interestingly, I was also against Brexit. I think there's a lot to be celebrated in our differences.
Oh God,
You've got to recognize, but that's where the problem lies, is where there's difference and it's to be embraced and applauded and cherished and loved. And when difference, which let's face it, when bullying does happen, it's all about difference, isn't it? that when it's then used as a means of, when it's weaponized, difference is weaponized. That's the moment that it's tricky, and it's how, I guess it's how people interpret it. And I think we are, going back to your original point, long rambling answer, but we are so immune to knowing where we are institutionally racist. But I think it's also the
because
same
it's institutionalised.
Yeah.
We don't know. But Lionel Shriver was talking earlier, and she said, "I hate that phrase because it makes it feel hopeless." And I thought, well, maybe we need to think about that.
Yeah.
My friend Lee is here. Science contradicts itself all the time. Which science do we believe? Everybody follow Lee on his new YouTube
on his
channel.
YouTube
He's finally
channel.
got it up.
Boom, boom, well done,
To
Lee.
the actress, to the bishop.
Yeah.
Bishop. Yeah, and it's Lee Peart, Peart. Please follow
Very
him.
funny chap.
And follow him on Instagram.
Very funny and a very intelligent chap. That's what I love about him. But his point is really good. Science contradicts itself all the time. Which science do we believe? I think, here's a prediction. I think what we will discover after this huge crisis, when World War I happened and there was that massive eruption of kind of trauma for culture and society in the West, religion took a nosedive because it couldn't explain away all this loss of life. I think science is going to come under pressure coming out of this. I think we've learned a huge thing about science, which it is incredibly subjective. There are many different types of science for different things. Science, like statistics, can serve political ends rather than actually. I mean, look, here's a small example. You know, when we were in Berlin, do you remember in the building we went to where the Holocaust, where the organisers of the Holocaust were based? They had science labs and scientists, you know, committing to ludicrous theories of life. So, you know, science itself there isn't always an objective truth in science. Because let's face it, say the Chinese have tampered with the RNA of this virus, then conventional science can't deal with its response to this thing because it's been, in a sense, tampered with and weaponized. I think that's a really big philosophical problem that we're going to have to engage with.
Leslie Sargent, oh my God, if I go back to work at an airport, we'll have to wear masks. My shift is 9 and a quarter hours.
Well, NADIA wore a mask doing cooking something that was going over to her mum's at some point, and you couldn't bear it for an hour.
Bear it.
Could you?
Oh my God, I felt so suffocated. And you know what? For asthmatics,
No,
it's not recommended.
Is it because it minimised the volume of your voice, do you think? Oh, people keep asking. Fair enough question, because in our title, chlorinated chicken. Nadia, what is chlorinated chicken?
Well, I believe, isn't it the way that all American chicken is chlorinated, am I right?
Yeah.
And I think it's a way of cleaning the chicken.
Right.
Who wants to ingest chlorine?
Right.
Not me. And the thing is, apparently, I think that Trump has made it a precondition of doing any deals with America, which has always been the worry.
So why?
Because they've got loads of bloody terrible chicken. Now, let's not forget, we are in this mess because we've mucked about with animals, and now we're going to go into the world of chlorinated chicken.
Yeah.
It's they wash the chickens in chlorine. Now, you know, we are a big chicken eating nation. You imagine the bits of chlorine that you're going to keep on ingesting. The more chicken. I will not be touching a piece of chlorinated chicken. No way.
So that means all chicken that comes in from America, because we're going to not be...
It's banned in the EU.
Look,
you're not allowed to buy it.
Here we go. The government is ready to open British markets to chlorinated chicken for US trade deal.
Don't buy it, guys.
Oh, right, okay.
Do not buy it.
Oh, right.
And it lowers the welfare standards. The chickens aren't well looked after.
Hormone-fed beef.
Hormone-fed beef. That's why people are having earlier periods and all of this, because the hormones in the meat. Go vegan, guys.
Oh.
I won't be touching anything that comes from America.
Presumably they'll have to identify it as such, though, right?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
I mean,
the thing is, the problem is, okay, so Britain is forced into buying it so that they can get other deals with America. But what if people don't buy it? I mean, it is banned in the EU because it is seen as bad for your health.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of claims made about what... But think about it. Do you want to ingest chlorine? Nah.
Yeah, no.
Do you want to ingest pumped chickens that are pumped up and beef with hormones, fake hormones.
Yeah, no.
Might as well have it. All have HRT.
I've told Nadia this many times, but when we were doing a film where we were driving across
Their
America.
baby carrots are washed in chlorine. Judy
No.
Phillips says.
Well,
Why?
Where we were driving, Judy, you might know that. I think we were driving through Missouri, and there was a field in the distance, and we were driving along. And our fixer who was driving us said, "Oh, can you see that field?" And we saw this field. It stretched for about what looked like 6 miles, but it looked like fields in the distance, and it was black, and it was just moving. And as we got closer, I said, "What
it's
is that?" And he said,
disgusting.
"Oh, that's them herding up all the cattle for one of McDonald's biggest farms."
It's just horrible.
It was like miles and miles of cows.
Well, that's what the ravaging of the planet. There is enough food to feed every single living human on the globe, isn't there?
But
it's just we take up so much space with
And apparently,
beef and
and apparently the flatulence from cows is seriously
It's
is
causing-
causing
I know.
a huge ozone crisis.
Charlotte Rickman, UK MPs have voted to pass a bit for post-Brexit to relax food standards, meaning we can import chlorinated chicken and hormone beef. You can see this list of MPs online who voted for it.
You do know in the background to all of this drama, the government's preparing. Did you hear the Bank of England released a little press release today, which kind of got lost in all the sort of crossfire of everything, the fog of war?
Masks and-
No, saying that essentially everyone behind the scenes, whilst we're preparing for a no-deal Brexit.
Oh no, I know.
I mean, it looks like it's an inevitability now. You know, so that thing that was so defining of our lives for about 3 months, and
It's
we were all-
happening,
we were all
and we
doing,
don't.
and we-
No, I did see that though.
yeah, but it's just being slipped through the
A
back
no
door,
deal
isn't it?
Brexit.
No deal Brexit on top of everything else.
Oh my
I just
God.
it beggars belief, and also no, everyone in Europe thinks of us as the dirtiest lot because we're just stupid and sloppy and late.
Is it cheerful? Should we move on to something a bit more cheerful?
Yeah, what's Holly said. Just so everyone knows about the antibody test, some people's immune systems are fighting the virus with antibodies they already have from strains of the
Holly,
body.
you'd have been so proud of me. I said that earlier today. Antibody test will be negative, but it doesn't mean you haven't had COVID. But does it mean that you've got a different set of antibodies, or does it mean that you would get coronavirus again, Holly? Do you know?
On another slightly odd note, is anyone watching McMillions, or has anyone seen McMillions? It's really good.
Apparently Netflix, somebody's saying there has a really good series of BLM documentaries that we should watch that.
Oh, yeah. McMillions is great. Nadia put me onto it, actually, and me and Maddie ended up carrying on watching it. The sort of curious, eccentric characters and a ludicrous... I mean, it's reaching up to the mob now. You need to
Crazy,
join
isn't
back
it?
in.
Denise Lamb. Also, eggs in America have to be kept in the fridge.
Do they?
Love
Oh,
that to me.
Dawny Harvey.
That's so British.
Dawny Harvey is... Bailey says defending Jacob very disappointing.
What?
Ooh, we might have to dispute that. Dawny Harvey was saying she's addicted to first dates. I'm addicted to First Dates Hotel. I almost want
love it.
to watch one now.
I love it.
I love it.
Oh my God. And I don't like it so much, the early series, because I don't like the hotel. The hotel in the recent series is so gorgeous.
Yeah, we have watched Defending Jacob. We're going to be doing a little review, Bailey, so you'll have to watch it and see if you agree. Well, you're probably not going to agree.
I'm watching Criminal United Kingdom on Netflix, James Flanagan.
I want to watch Money Heist. Defending Jacob is on Apple TV and McMillions is on HBO. We have started watching Ozark. We watched the first episode.
Really good.
So rich.
But we are a bit scared because I
It's
don't want to see them being
so
tortured
rich.
because they're like my family.
Oh, look, Lee says he's watching the Epstein documentary.
Is it good, Lee?
He says it's incredibly harrowing.
Yeah, Mark, I mean, I've got the most contrary husband. Who would have thought that Mark would have loved the Epstein? So I come home and said, oh, we've got to watch the Epstein documentary. Everyone's talking about it. It's going to be amazing. We can do a review afterwards.
I was just tired.
He went, really?
Yeah, I'm
Are people
fascinated.
talking about it? I haven't heard anyone talking about it. You're a little shit.
I wasn't like that.
You're
I was
a little
tired.
shit. And then I said it the next day.
Oh, yeah, but I really want to watch it. So how do you square that?
This
circle,
one, he
Miss
leaves the room
Sawalha?
last night because I was snoring. I go into his room this morning. He's got the
Was
bedside
exhausted.
lamp full on into his face. He's got his computer open with a blue light, and then he's got his phone plugged in beside him, frying his brain. And then he wonders why he's tired all day. Can somebody else tell him, please? I love using the subs now to nag you.
So annoying. You're
It's
corralling.
only because I don't want you to drop dead.
You're corralling. Anyway, thanks, Lee. On your recommendation, I'm going to watch it. What?
You little shit.
What? George Russell. I couldn't find your name on it was you who was worried about us blocking you, weren't you? Let me find you. George.
Epstein is a really good watch, says Nicola Jenkins, but really sad. I know Cyrus said to me, you have to watch it now. She goes, but be prepared, it's going to be so hard. For mother of daughters, it's just...
What's your handle,
So was it
George Russell?
unequivocal that he's done it?
We loved it to me, didn't we? Sorry.
There was no grey area for you. He's definitely guilty for everything he's been found guilty for. Is he in prison now? No, he got out, didn't he?
Who?
Oh,
He's
dead.
dead.
Sorry. Yes. Sorry. They faked his suicide, didn't they? They say.
Yeah, the suggestion is that he was killed.
Yeah, he was murdered by the...
Yeah. He's dead, Nicole.
No, I know. Sorry, I was
That's all
tired.
right. 1,300 people watching.
Hello, 1,300.
Look, just watch Lee. He is brilliant. Moby.
Oh.
Do you think there's a grey area, Nad? Just watching. Oh, Nicholas Straw. I'm so pleased. Recommended by us. If you want to see a good film, System Crasher. We don't do a spoiler review. Me and Nanny Die. It is a brilliant
Is that
film.
the one you showed me today?
Yeah, tell them about the trailer.
Oh my God, the trailer looks brilliant.
We've done a review of
and
it.
Mark said the young girl, you can see
Oh
from the
my
trailer,
God.
is such a good actress.
Yeah,
Yeah, I definitely want to watch
it's
that. with
really,
girls.
really worth your
Holly,
time.
yes, Nadia, you have a different set of antibodies, but as long as the virus doesn't mutate significantly, you still be immune. So why can't they get a test that tells you if you've got the antibodies from a previous coronavirus cold?
Yeah.
That's the thing. This is what people don't understand. You would have been very proud. Didn't I almost say that verbatim?
You did. You not only said it. Well, you did say it verbatim. Nanny Die is coming tomorrow. A number of people. What does someone just? When are we doing the quiz? That's a good question. I think the week has just literally flown by, hasn't it?
It really has.
We are going to get back on it.
Are
though.
you doing a mental health on Saturday? Q&A.
I could do. Yes.
Yeah, because I did a kind of OA one already. The end of last week.
Yeah, when I did my other one.
No, and then we did that, and then last week I did another OA.
Did you? When did you do that?
I did one in the morning.
Okay.
Last Saturday I did over binging at the weekend.
Breda Doyle. Hi, Mark and Nadia. Say hi to Dublin.
Hi, Dublin!
I'm looking forward to going back to Dublin. I curiously, when I was last in Dublin, I filmed Lenny Henry cooking a dish. It was very odd. Nicola, no, not Nicola.
I was very clear, wasn't I, Nicola Randall?
Vicky Austin, I binge watched Normal People. Oh my God, the passion. I know. It's a winner. Okay, guys, I need to go off because I need to upload the vlog and it's an
The
absolute
vlog
pecker.
is coming straight away.
And I'm sure a number of you want to get to bed early, but we just want to keep
It's not
punching
early,
you,
it's 11 o'clock.
punching you between the eyes with content. So just when you thought it was safe to go to bed, we're going to hit you with more hilarity and stupidity. So here you go.
And the way to cook a perfect Five Guys.
Oh, baby.
And if anybody's new, hit the subscribe button. We love having new subscribers.
Yeah.
And we have so much going on this channel
Yeah.
that you will not be disappointed. Also, for all you new people,
Hello, Alice
we
Kearney.
have another part to the channel, which is the family guest area, where you get extra content. Nothing that is doubled up from on the main channel. It's totally different because we never wanted to steal anything
No.
from the main channel.
Jessica Woodstock's referring to my last post. Go to my Instagram on Mark_Adderley and go to the Popcorn Junkies has done its 100th lockdown movie. 100th. We've done 100 lockdown movies.
Yeah, so follow
Head
our
over there.
Popcorn
Popcorn
Junkies.
Junkies for movie recommendations and news. And as we crawl out of lockdown, we are going to be obviously returning to being a news gathering, cinematic analysis channel.
Plaque. Where's
plaque,
the plaque?
plaque.
They want it up at the
I
back.
did say that I'd like to fry my testicle and eat it in my latest post.
God.
It was just, I felt expressive.
Plaque.
Makes me think of the dentist.
Plaque.
All right, guys, have a lovely evening. Enjoy
Lots
the vlog
of love.
and see you tomorrow morning.
Bye.